Hi students, in this class we are going to discuss about the topic a relation between a trigonometric and exponential Fourier series. So we are going to see about the relation between trigonometric Fourier series and exponential Fourier series. That is today's topic. Yeah. So today's topic is relation between trigonometric and exponential Fourier series. So we have to go for trigonometric and exponential Fourier series. Okay, trigonometric and exponential Fourier series. For this, I am considering a period signal x of t, and I will represent that period signal x of t in a trigonometric Fourier series, and I will represent that period signal x of t in exponential Fourier series, and then I will go for the relation between these two. Okay, so first for this I am considering an periodic signal x of t. I am considering a periodic signal x of t. Okay, so x of t is a period signal. Now I can represent it in Fourier series in two ways. One is in trigonometric Fourier series, another one is in exponential Fourier series. First, I will represent this periodic signal x of t in trigonometric Fourier series. In trigonometric Fourier series, that is trigonometric Fourier series representation of x of t is given by x of t equal to. So first I am going for trigonometric Fourier series. X of t will be equal to a naught plus summation n equal to 1 to infinity a n cos n omega naught t plus b n sin n omega naught t. So we all know that the trigonometric Fourier series representation of a periodic signal x of t is given by a naught plus summation n equal to 1 to infinity a n cos n omega naught t plus b n sin n omega naught t. And the exponential Fourier series representation of the continuous time period signal x of t is given by exponential Fourier series representation of the continuous time period signal x of t is given by x of t equal to summation n equal to minus infinity to infinity cn e power j n omega naught t. Cn e power j n omega naught t. Okay, so these two are the trigonometric Fourier series representation and exponential Fourier series representation of a continuous time period signal x of t. Now I have to find the relation between these two. For that, I will expand this exponential Fourier series representation. I will expand this and I will bring that in the form of trigonometric Fourier series, and I will compare those two equations to get the relations. Okay, so now first thing I have to expand this. Now expand this exponential Fourier series. How will you expand? Just simply substitute n value from minus infinity to infinity. So expand this equation. Now the equation is, first I will start with 0. First, if I will substitute 0 for n, that is n equal to 0. So c naught, here also 0. 0 into anything is 0, e power 0 is 1. 1 into c naught. So that is c naught. If you substitute n equal to 0, the equation is c naught plus n equal to 1. N equal to 1. So here I am substituting 1. c1 e power j 1 omega naught t. c1 e power j 1 omega naught t. There is no need to write 1, that is j omega naught t. Plus substitute c2 e power j 2 omega naught t. Substitute 3, it will be c3 e power j 3 omega naught t plus so on plus somewhere Cn e power j n omega naught t. So these are all positive terms. So this will be up to infinity. This will be up to infinity. Along with these positive terms, we have the negative terms also, because n is from minus infinity to plus infinity. So along with this, we will have negative terms. That is minus 1, n equal to minus 1. That is C minus 1 e power minus j into minus 1 into omega naught t. That is simply we can write as minus j omega naught t plus C minus 2 e power minus j 2 omega naught t plus C minus 3 e power minus j 3 omega naught t plus so on plus C minus n e power minus j n omega naught t plus so on. Okay. So now I know the exponential Fourier series expansion of a continuous time period signal x of t equal to summation n equal to minus infinity Cn e power j n omega naught t, and I expanded this equation. Okay, now I expanded the summation. So this is the expansion. Now, so in this we all know the formula of e power j theta. We all know the formula of e power j theta. That is cos theta plus j sin theta. We all know e power j theta equal to cos theta plus j sin theta. Okay. Now I will use this formula here. So by using this, I can write e power j omega naught t. E power j omega naught t. In this, treat this omega naught t as theta. So for this e power j omega naught t, the formula is cos omega naught t plus j sin omega naught t. For this, the formula is cos 2 omega naught t plus j sin 2 omega naught t, cos 3 omega naught t plus j sin 3 omega naught t. In the same way, here also we have the formula e power minus j theta equal to cos theta minus j sin theta. Cos theta minus j sin theta. So use that formula here. So e power minus j omega naught t equal to cos omega naught t minus j sin omega naught t. Here cos 2 omega naught t minus j sin 2 omega naught t, cos 3 omega naught t minus j sin 3 omega naught t, and so on up to infinity. So I am using this formula, and after using this formula, I am rewriting this equation as C x of t will be equal to, for C1 there is a constant, keep it as it is, plus C0 is constant, keep as it is. Next C1 into e power j omega naught t cos omega naught t plus j sin omega naught t, using that formula, plus C2 cos 2 omega naught t plus j sin 2 omega naught t. Okay, plus C3 cos 3 omega naught t plus j sin 3 omega naught t, plus so on. Okay, so on, plus, so it is up to infinity, and then that continuation plus C minus 1. So C minus 1, for this the formula is this one. So using this formula, that is e power minus j theta equal to cos theta minus j sin theta. So here e power minus j omega naught t equal to cos omega naught t minus j sin omega naught t, plus C minus 2 cos 2 omega naught t minus j sin 2 omega naught t, plus C minus 3 cos 3 omega naught t minus j sin 3 omega naught t, plus so on. You continue. Okay, that is from that is from infinity to minus infinity, or minus infinity to infinity. So it's go on like this. So see, here I expanded this equation, and now here I will go to simplify this equation, and write in a smaller notation. Okay, so compress this equation using summation formula. First, for that I have to separate the terms. See, here C0 is a separate term, so keep C0 as it is. No need to do anything for that C0. See, here cos omega naught t, cos 2 omega naught t, cos 3 omega naught t. Again, cos omega naught t, cos 2 omega naught t, cos 3 omega naught t. That means in these two cases we are getting cos omega naught t. So here I will take this cos omega naught t as common simply. So if you expand this, C1 cos omega naught t plus C1 j sin omega naught t. Here C minus 1 cos omega naught t minus C minus 1 j sin omega naught t. If you compare these two, so in these two I can take this cos omega naught t as common. So cos omega naught t, if I take cos omega naught t as common, what will get? C1 plus C1 plus C minus 1. So next is C1 plus C minus 1 for cos omega naught t. So I will go for the sign next. Wait for this one. So in this, so cos 2 omega naught t, cos 2 omega naught t. So I can take it as a common. So what will I get? C2 plus C minus 2. So C2 plus C minus 2 cos 2 omega naught t plus in this. So I will go for the sine terms next. First I will go for cos terms. So first I will consider all the cos terms and then I will consider all the sine terms. Now cos 3 omega naught t, cos 3 omega naught t. So I can take the common as C3 plus C minus 3 cos 3 omega naught t. If you go on, it will continue like this. It will continue like this. So it will continue like this. Now come to the sine terms now. Now come to the sine terms. See, sin omega naught t, sin omega naught t, j sin omega naught t, j sin omega naught t. So for this also the constants are C1, C minus 1. But for j sin omega, the first term is C1. That is positive plus C1. Here minus C minus 1. The second term is minus, not plus. Here for both C1 is plus, C minus 1 is plus. For cos, but for sine, C1 is plus, C minus 1 is minus. So there I will get the minus before C minus 1 because it is minus. Okay, taking as common. So what I have to take common? This one. I am writing first. I am taking j into, so both j common, into C1 minus C minus 1, C1 minus C minus 1 sine omega naught t plus j C2 minus C minus 2. See, C2 minus C, here C2, here minus C minus 2 sine 2 omega naught t plus j into C3 minus C minus 3 sine 3 omega naught t plus so on. Finally for x of t, what I get? See, this is cos omega naught t, cos 2 omega naught t, cos 3 omega naught t, sin omega naught t, sin 2 omega naught t, sin 3 omega naught t. Okay, and here here the value is 1, so C1 C minus 1. Here the value is 2, C2 C minus 2. Here the value is 3, C3 C minus 3. Okay, so I can write it in the form of summation, that is sigma, keep C0 aside, from this sigma n equal to 1 to infinity, Cn plus C minus n cos n omega naught t, okay. So for n equal to 1, it is C1 plus C minus 1 cos 1 omega naught t, C2 plus C minus 2 cos 2 omega naught t, and so on, plus j into Cn minus C minus n sin n omega naught t, So I am simplifying this. I am writing a shorter form by using the sigma, that is notation of summation. Okay, here I expanded, here I am compressing by using the notation sigma, that is summation. So I can write first C naught is a different one. Keep C naught as side. So C naught keep it outside plus summation n equal to 1 to infinity. N equal to 1 to infinity. Now C. What I write? C n plus C minus n. Cn plus C minus n cos n omega naught t. Cos n omega naught t. So for this I will get all these terms. So n equal to 1, C1 plus C minus 1 cos 1 omega naught t. C n equal to 2, C2 plus C minus 2 cos 2 omega naught t. C n equal to 3, C3 plus C minus 3 cos 3 omega naught t. So I will get the first line, and the conjugation is plus, so I have to add plus. Okay, now I get all these terms. Now I'll need all these terms. So for this I can write J into Cn minus C minus n, Cn minus C minus n sin n omega naught t. So for this also, first n equal to 1. So J into C1 minus C minus 1 sin 1 omega naught t. N equal to 2. This one. J into C2 minus C minus 2 sin 2 omega naught t. N equal to 3. J into C3 minus C minus 3 and sin 3 omega naught. This one. So now combine C naught. First for 1 I get C1 plus C minus 1 cos 1 omega naught t. This term, and plus J C1 minus C minus 1 sin 1 omega naught t. So I will get these two terms. For n equal to 2, I will get these two terms. For n equal to 3, I will get these two terms. For n equal to 4, next n equal to 5, and for all the infinity, for all the terms of infinity, I will get all the terms. So for n equal to 1, I am getting these two terms, 2 these two terms, 3 these terms. Like this, I will get all the terms. So this is the compressed notation by using the summation formula, the sigma. So so first I had taken the summation formula and expanded it, and I used the formulas of phi for j theta, and at last I again compressed by using this sigma notation. Why? Because now I need a relation between trigonometric Fourier series and exponential Fourier series. See, the trigonometric Fourier series is having the trigonometric functions like sine and cos. So for that reason, I have to convert this exponential Fourier series also into trigonometric function, that is sines and cos. For that I did all this, and see at the last I got the equation of x of t in terms of sines and cos, or cos and sines. See this equation, let us consider this trigonometric equation, this trigonometric Fourier series as equation 1 and this as equation 2. Okay, finally, so the final equation of this exponential Fourier series as 2. Now compare this equation 1 and equation 2. Compare these two equations. See, a naught, some c naught, summation n equal to 1 to infinity, summation n equal to 1 to infinity. Here it is an. Here we have, in place of an, cn plus c minus n, cos n omega naught t, cos n omega naught t, plus in place of b we have j into cn minus c minus n, and sin n omega naught t, sin n omega naught t. So what it is, here I converted this exponential Fourier series into trigonometric functions. Why? Because I need a relation between these two. So to get the relation, I had to convert this exponential into sines and cos, that is into trigonometric functions. So finally I can compare these two equations now, because these two are in same format. Here we have the cos n omega t, cos n omega t, sin omega t, sin n omega t. So these two are in same form. This is trigonometric Fourier series, this is exponential Fourier series in terms of cos and sin. Now I can easily compare, and I can get the relation for the trigonometric Fourier series coefficients and exponential Fourier series coefficient. That is the relation between trigonometric and Fourier series. Okay, so now we will go for the relation, that is we get the relation between trigonometric Fourier series coefficients and exponential Fourier series coefficients. So this is the exponential Fourier series representation in terms of cos and sines. So the last equation I rewrite again on the top. Okay, just for easy comparison. So now I want to compare this trigonometric Fourier series with the exponential Fourier series. For that, I rewrite the equation at the bottom here. Write the equation at the bottom here. Okay, so this is nothing but the exponential Fourier series representation of the period signal x of t in terms of cos and sine. See, this is the equation 2 I have taken, this is the equation 1. Now compare equation 1 and equation 2. So for easy comparison, I rewrite this here. Okay, so compare these two. So this is the period signal x of t, this is also the period signal x of t. So this is represented in terms of trigonometric Fourier series, this is represented in terms of exponential Fourier series. So I am comparing this. Now see, equation a naught c naught. So I am comparing these two equations. I can write c naught equal to a naught. I can write c naught equal to a naught, or I can write a naught equal to c naught. A naught equal to c naught. Clear? Next, compare these two. So what I can write? Comparing these two, I can write an equal to cn plus c minus n. Why? Because summation n equal to minus 1 to infinity, summation n equal to 1 to infinity, cos n omega naught t, cos n omega t. So easily I can write an equal to cn plus c minus n, cn plus c minus n, or simply can write cn plus c minus n equal to an, or the same. And compare these two. Sin n omega naught t, sin n omega naught t. So how can I write? bn equal to j into cn minus c minus n, or j into cn minus c minus n equal to bn. Okay, so follow any one thing. Okay, a naught equal to c naught, an equal to cn plus c minus n, bn equal to j into cn minus c minus n. So I got the relation between trigonometric Fourier series coefficients and exponential Fourier series coefficients. Here a naught, an, bn are the trigonometric Fourier series coefficients. C naught, cn, c minus n are the exponential Fourier series coefficients. So I got the relation between these two. So whenever the problem is in one type of Fourier series, I can go for the another type by using this relation of trigonometric Fourier series coefficients. Okay, so if they are given the exponential Fourier series coefficients as c naught, cn values, from that I can find out the values of trigonometric Fourier series coefficient a naught, an, bn, and I can do the problem by using the trigonometric Fourier series formula. Okay, so this is the first case. Next, exponential Fourier series in terms of trigonometric Fourier series. How can I get? This is the trigonometric Fourier series in terms of exponential Fourier series. Next, I need exponential Fourier series, that is c naught, cn, c minus n in terms of trigonometric Fourier series. So how can I get? Simple logic, c naught equal to a naught. So first I will write from here, I can write c naught equal to a naught. Next I need cn here. How can I get cn? Simple. In this, how can I get cn? Or in this, how can I get cn? Clearly, bring this j this side. So I am writing the equations like this. See, this equation or this equation, take anything. We know that cn plus c minus n equal to an, and this equation or this equation, bring this side, j this side. So 1 by j is nothing but minus j. 1 by j is nothing but minus j. So this equation can be written as c n minus c minus n equal to bn by j. That is 1 by j into bn. 1 by j is minus j, or simply we can write minus j bn. So here j comes this side, so I can write minus j bn. Why? Because j comes to this side, it becomes as bn by j. Bn by j, that is 1 by j. We all know that 1 by, here we know that 1 by j equal to minus j. So using it, I can write like this. Okay. Now, I need Cn. How can I get Cn? Add the above 2. Add the above 2. So add means 2 Cn. So this is plus, this is minus. These both will get cancelled. That will be equal to, add these two. An minus j bn. I need only Cn. I need only Cn. Therefore, Cn equal to 1 by 2 into An minus jbn. An minus jbn. That is C naught equal to A naught. I can easily say. And Cn value will be equal to 1 by 2 into An minus j bn. Okay, this is the second one. And I need the value of C minus n. C minus n. Simple. I am rewriting the equations again. So you know the two equations. Cn plus C minus n equal to An. Cn minus C minus n equal to minus jbn. Now here I add this. Here I go for subtraction. So Cn minus Cn. Cn minus Cn is 0. C minus n minus of minus. So minus of minus will become plus. That is plus 2 C minus n. So simple. 1 minus 2. Here consider this as 1 or 3, 4. So gone for 3 plus 4. 3 plus 4. Here 3 minus 4. Okay. 3 minus 4. Now, so this also minus. So minus of minus will become as plus here. So what I will get? An plus jbn. An plus jbn. But I need only C minus n. C minus n equal to 1 by 2. 1 by 2 into An plus jbn. An plus jbn. Now finally I got the value of C minus n as C minus n equal to 1 by 2 into An plus jbn. An plus jbn. Okay. See, this is the relation between Fourier trigonometric Fourier series and exponential Fourier series. If you want to say it exactly, so these are the relation between trigonometric Fourier series coefficients and exponential Fourier series coefficients. So see here, I write the trigonometric Fourier series, coefficients, trigonometric Fourier series coefficients in terms of exponential Fourier series coefficients, and exponential Fourier series coefficients in terms of trigonometric Fourier series coefficients. Simply by using this, I can do the problem in trigonometric Fourier series even though they had given the exponential Fourier series coefficients. I will do the problem using trigonometric Fourier series representation even though they had given the exponential Fourier series coefficient. They had given C0, Cn and C minus n. They had given all these values, and I can do the problem by using trigonometric Fourier series. So by using these formulas, first I will go for find out A0 and then An and then Bn. The same way, if they had given the trigonometric Fourier series coefficients, then I can do that problem in exponential Fourier series also by using these formulas, because they had given A0, An, Bn. Okay, so I can find out C0, Cn, C minus n. I can do the problem in exponential Fourier series. Okay, so by using these two, I can do the problem either in trigonometric Fourier series or in exponential Fourier series if I know the any one of these coefficients, either trigonometric Fourier series coefficients or exponential Fourier series coefficients. So this is nothing but the relation between trigonometric and exponential Fourier series. Trigonometric and exponential Fourier series. I hope you are all clear with this topic. Okay, so I will go for the summary of today's class. I will go for the summary. Simple. In this, what I had explained you. Simply in this class, I consider a continuous time period signal x of t, and I represented that x of t in terms of trigonometric Fourier series. That is, I gone for the trigonometric Fourier series representation of the continuous time period signal x of t, and then I gone for the exponential Fourier series representation of the same continuous time period signal x of t. So I write the two equations. Next, I expanded the exponential Fourier series representation of x of t. I expanded. After that, I used the formula of e power j theta and e power minus j theta. Why? Because I am converting that exponential, complex exponential terms into trigonometric function, that is sines and cos. So just I converted the complex exponentials into sines and cos. Okay, I got a bigger expression in terms of sines and cos. Now I compressed this expression using the formula summation or sigma. So at first I expanded and then converted using this formula, and at last I compressed. So after compressing, I get the smaller equation using this sigma notation in terms of sines and cos, that is like this. So at the end I got the exponential Fourier series representation of continuous time period signal x of t in terms of sines and cosines as c naught plus summation n equal to 1 to infinity cn plus c minus n cos n omega naught t plus j into cn minus c minus n sin n omega naught t. And I taken this as equation 2, and the first trigonometric Fourier series representation of x of t as equation 1. See, I compared this because both are in the same format. So I compared this and I got the values of a naught as c naught and an as cn plus cn minus n, bn as j into cn minus c minus n. So I got the relation between trigonometric Fourier series coefficients and exponential Fourier series coefficients. So using this, I found out the values of c naught, cn, c minus n in terms of a naught and an and bn, like this. So I got the relations of trigonometric Fourier series coefficients in terms of exponential Fourier series coefficients and exponential Fourier series coefficients in terms of trigonometric Fourier series coefficients. So this is nothing but the relation between trigonometric Fourier series coefficients and exponential Fourier series coefficients. Okay, so this is today's class. I hope you are all clear with this class. Okay, thank you one and all.